Hello, pilots, and welcome back to Season 5 of Flight Academy, brought to you by Out of Arc Gaming. As always, my name is Phil, and this is Game 9 of Season 5. We are rapidly reaching the halfway point of the round robin. Still plenty of games to come, though, plenty of action. We have more X-Wings and U-Wings, and we have last season's absolute favourite, Josh. But joining me for the commentary once again, we have...
Hey guys, it's Andy.
Hey Andy, welcome back. We've got another great game here. More U-Wings and X-Wings, which you are immensely familiar with. But obviously we have just a crazy scum list from Josh. And looks like Saw doesn't like the look of the fire spray there.
That's not a favourable joust.
No, the fire spray is very dangerous. But yeah, interesting turn away there. So
yeah, I mean, I think you have to, because this match is interesting because for Josh, like the guns are on the fire spray and the U-Wing is perhaps a little bit more of a support ship, but with Scott it's almost the other way around. So you don't really want to joust your support ship into your opponent's kind of gunner ship.
I mean, I found with all of the U-Wing and X-Wing lists, yes, the U-Wing is very much a support ship, but it is a support ship with some serious teeth to it. And they have done some heavy lifting in there as well. But yeah, I mean, you don't want to go straight down the throat of Cath Scarlet there with Fearless, Veteran Tail Gunner, Shield Upgrade, Dead Man Switch. Just, there's a lot to chew through there. And Cath Scarlet is the healthiest ship that we have on the roster with 11 hull. Well, 11 health, sorry, 6 hull, 5 shields. So yeah, it's not an ideal one just to go straight in at. But a nice long range shot at Lee Mackay. First shield down.
Tipping away.
But obviously, at this point, you have flown against both these pilots because we've done all the round robin games. We're just waiting for the top cut now. What were your impressions of these two lists?
Well, I think I'm sure Josh won't mind me saying, because I think I've mentioned it after the game. Because the thing with Josh, he's a relatively new player. But what's great, after every game, he always says, "Oh, what could I have done differently, or what should I do next time?" And I think when we played, he'd split them both up, and he knew he had the guns on Cath Scarlet, and he just tried to gun me down. But it was almost two ships versus one for a couple of rounds, and I think he could have flown the Y-wing a little bit closer.
Yeah.
But even so, Cath has got some guns. You've got to watch it. And then I guess my impression of Scott's list is the Perceptive Co-Pilot Jin Urso combo is incredibly tanky. So yeah, that's something you need to watch out for. Although we've got Josh's guns going up against, as I said, the support ship. Actually, that support ship is super tanky. And yeah, I don't actually see, I don't know if he popped any damage through there, but that's an example of how tanky it can be.
Yeah, no damage. I mean, it's an expensive combo to get that tankiness. I mean, obviously we've seen Wes has got Lando, so he has the potential for like the double evades, etc. Perceptive, so it's a lot of points to expend on that. But you know what, you can choose, which can be invaluable in itself.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't think because Scott saw Guerrera here, and I know both Wes and I have got Magva. I don't think Magva has got the point cap to take the Perceptive Co-Pilot Jin Urso combo, or perhaps she does, but doesn't leave you room for anything else. So I think Wes went for the next best option with Lando. Still trying to pin those evades.
I'm going to have a quick look, because I'm not 100% sure, because I don't fly U-Wings very often. Although having watched you three fly them, it's making me go, I want to fly U-Wings more, because they look...
You know, the U-Wing is actually really fun. It's a super fun ship to fly, and although it doesn't have the best maneuverability, the whole pivot wing thing is actually really fun because it does give you a lot of options. You've almost got to like think a turn in advance, like ahead in advance.
You
Well,
are
I guess you don't have
1
all of your ships, but I guess like with the U-wing, it takes you 2 turns kind of to turn around, really.
You've actually 1 point off being able to do Jin and Perceptive Copilot on Magva. She's got a loadout of 14, and they're a combined 15 points. So very expensive. But then Saw's ability it's a more an offensive ability than Magma's defensive ability. So I do like that as well in itself. It is very powerful.
If I was to build it again, I would probably take Saw over Magva because actually, I don't think Magva's ability came off very much at all for me. Maybe once or twice, but I think Saw is perhaps more likely to get it. I mean, I don't know. I guess it's much for muchness, isn't it?
It's situational. I mean, if you're coming up against a list that relies heavily on target locks, Magva Yarrow is going to be good because it essentially means they've only got fire control system instead of having a full target lock. But obviously, once the damage starts going in and you open up Saw's ability, so let's just reread Saw's ability.
Lima's just took a double
Lima
crit.
in a lot of trouble, yeah. So yeah, Saw's ability: while a damaged friendly ship at range 0 to 3 performs an attack, it may reroll 1 attack die. That's good.
And that's at 0 to 3, which
yeah.
makes a big difference to Magma's 0 to 2.
Oh, console fire triggering on Lima Kai as well. I mean, again, it's the swarm tactics, like I6 smash, isn't it?
Yeah, he's still alive though, which I think is crucial because he's got those iron bombs and he's in a really good position to get some use out of that now, I think. So yeah, I think when you take bombs and his ship gets, or when you take any ordnance, sorry, was that the right word? Ordnance? Bombs,
Yeah.
munitions, missiles, whatever. When you take any of those and your ship dies before you can use them, it just feels like it's a waste of points. So hopefully Josh can get at least one bomb down.
It does feel very painful, but you know, it's got some damage in on Saw now. It's still at shield, so Saw's ability won't trigger for him just yet. So he does need to take a point of hull first. But you know, Lima's in a good. I'd be very surprised if we don't see an ion bomb drop here from Lima, or maybe if Lima goes fast and geniuses an ion bomb, counting on maybe Saw doing. No, here we go. Here it is.
Yeah.
Gotta be careful he doesn't catch Kath though.
Yeah, I think Scott can dodge these. He can play for that, but I mean, you've got two iron bombs. You've got to drop one because you're not going to have much more opportunities to do it. So
contraband cybernetics triggered there. So is that so? Just doing the stop, not closing the wings to pivot. Clearly anticipated that ion bomb. That's a very tight space to try and fit that in. But medium bases always fit, but not in arc. Oh.
Yeah, that's a difficult spot to be in.
Yeah, that's not a nice spot. Kathy's gonna get hit fairly hard there. I am now hoping that Lima is K-turning over the top just so that he sticks around a bit longer. But let's see. That looks like a 4K turn on the dial to me. Does that? That's gonna go straight over.
That's beautiful. I mean, that's the right move there because you've got to just you're bugging out, but also keeping guns on. So yes,
absolute dream there. Just got to hope that console fire doesn't come back to bite him.
Yeah.
Now, where does Wedge go? The Rebel one forward to victory, or?
Oh, that's interesting. I was expecting a K turn because even if you get ironed in that position, it's not the end of the world because you're probably going to want to do like a one bank anyway to turn back in after the K. So, but
Oh, Josh skipping Wedge's action a little bit there, but we can see that Ion Bomb is only going to catch Wedge there, just missing Cascala, which is perfect for Josh. He does have Fearless live now against Wedge. So he just go all in on Wedge? Does he just shoot all in on Wedge and do what you potentially missed? I mean, if it was me, I'd definitely would.
Oh, who's it on?
That was saw into better the focus.
Ouch.
And Wedge. That's good.
Oh, that's not bad. Yeah, I think you know where Wedge is going, right? He's 99% doing a one bank to left next turn, so going all on him now is a good choice because you can pretty much predict where he's going to be for the next round.
And with that, Lima, I think that was Lima Kai into Saw there, which I think was the wrong choice, but
I mean,
he had target lock, so
yeah.
You've got Fearless, so you can change one. That's going to be shields down on Wedge, so that's not terrible. Like I said, I feel that it would have been better for Lima to shoot into Wedge, see if he could have stripped that evade token.
Yeah.
But you know what? Not a bad round. Not a bad round, because still Saw's ability isn't triggered for either. Did we miss the console fire roll, though? I think we might miss the console fire roll. And now the classic debate of where does the bump fall? Who has bumped who? And I hate this debate because it's just so awkward, but the way I see it, Saw is going to bump into Wedge. Wedge is the one that causes Saw not to fit, so then you have to then move back. It'll bump into Kath, but it counts as bumping into into Wedge, so Saw won't be able to take the red focus and will have to roll to see if he takes damage.
Yeah, I haven't mastered that rule yet. I think that's when I always grab someone else to call that.
So the way I read it is, which ship is the one that is going to stop you getting closest to your final position? And in this one,
so like the worst. Or overlap is it's overlap, isn't it? It's like the worst overlap is okay.
So if we ignored Cascala here, Saw wouldn't be able to complete because of Wedge being there. So then you obviously step back and then you move back as far as you can. And at any point where it's a simultaneous bump, you always take the worst option. So you'd always, if you're going to bump into a friendly or an enemy ship, you would always count as bumping into an enemy ship. But there is some damage onto Saw. There was a slight delay on the timer. We did actually pause the timer at the table, but I didn't pause it when I was doing the overlay. So the game will run. I believe they have like one more round when it hits 0, but that's just to make up for that. So
this is interesting because this game feels like, I mean, that initial joust onto Lima, that felt heavily in Scott's favour, but actually, it feels now that he's kept him alive. He's not going to get shot this round either. He's
It's
starting to
swung.
even the odds up a little bit.
Yeah, it has swung quite a lot. We've got half points on Saw. The advantage for Josh as well is that Lima is only worth 3 points. So he's not giving up many points there. Half points he gets 1. Even at full points is only 3. So if Josh can half point both of Scott's ships, he has a 4 to 3 point advantage with just having Kath Scarlet there. And Kath has Marauder, so he gets to actually re-roll a dice when shooting out the back anyway. It is, yeah.
And Wedge not having a shot is never good.
Yeah. And it is that one bank as we anticipated. Again, I really think that... I mean, Kath has the lock on Wedge, so 100% go there. If it was me, I would also go with Lima into Wedge, but we need to see Saw's attack first, which is obviously going to go into Kath Scarlet. It's just outside of range 1, but he's going to get a reroll anyway because Saw is damaged.
Oh, he needs it.
Doesn't help, unfortunately. And there's the evade. Nice. Right, where is Lima going to shoot?
It looks like the dorsal turret is on the right, so dorsal turret's offline.
Yeah. They're not checking range on Wedge. But they are checking arc.
Oh,
I
that's
think
close.
that's so close. I think it's range 1.
It looks like a range 1 to me, but I'm not sure what
Yeah.
they're called.
We'll see how many dice are rolled. I can only see one in his hand at the moment, but let's see. Yeah, he's going for a good option.
Yeah. Oh,
2.
nice. So that was a range 2 then.
So yeah, just a range 2, but spend that focus. See if you can force the spend of the focus. Perfect. That is exactly what Josh wants right there.
What does
Range 1.
the blinded pilot crit do? I can't remember. Does that prevent you
A
modding the
blinded pilot
dice?
means you can only... Oh, you can only modify with the Force.
Yeah, I thought so. And so yeah, missed
yeah.
a couple, and the console fire missed as well again. But I think not intentional. It's interesting because I know not many players at our tables use the crit tokens, but I do find them quite helpful because they do just give you a reminder that to check your crit triggers.
And they are there. I do have the crit tokens, but that is brilliant. Hit crit going into Wedge right there.
Wow.
Crit is disabled power regulator. It's not good. After he engages, he gains an ion token. Good job that he's I6, so he doesn't count as having engaged there. But there we go. That's half points on both Saw and Wedge. It does mean that Saw's ability triggers for both of them, but the advantage is now in Josh, which is, when you looked at like that opening engagement, you would not have thought that was where we were going to be.
Not at all. And it's a difficult situation for this U-wing now.
Yeah.
I wonder whether the right choice is just to do the one stop and do a 180 and take a range 0 back on the
All depends on what Lima is doing. If Lima decides to jump over the top. Okay, so we have the
Yeah, he's done
180.
that.
Wasn't the prettiest 180, but it's a 180. I now wonder, is Lima doing a 2 forward over the top?
I was just assuming the one forward, but
I think it is a 1 forward.
yeah, he's not. It's not.
It's
Have
not
just
it's
assumed
not
they're touching.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, well, that would have been mind games there, though, if he had piggy banked over the top, and then with
Oh, it would be
the ion bomb with
genius ion bomb would
yeah.
have been brilliant. Yeah. Oh yeah, the genius ion bomb would have been great. Would have been so good. So, flipping disable power regulator. Good shout there. Out of range of swarm tactics as well. But there's the evade.
Oh, be in trouble now.
Kath will get to shoot first. It's range 2. Does have a target lock there, though. Good job, got the target lock there.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
That did much. That is
That
always
really
disappointing.
unlucky.
Can Saw
Oh,
do nothing? Ooh,
guns have gone cold.
yeah. We need to change those batteries, guys. They're not quite doing what you're expecting. But Wedge is now free just to get back in the fight nicely here.
Yeah, and Calf Scarlet's probably going to be not going to have a shot next round, I guess. I don't really know the dial that well on the Slave one, but I'm guessing you've got to go
I don't.
hard to the left.
Yeah, probably hard to the left. Maybe I think boost round to C, but disengage there from Saw. But all Saw could do there. He needed to move out of there.
I wonder if Josh forgot the iron bombs, or he's very disciplined. Because if I had a ship with one hull left, I would be dropping those bombs as quick as I could, just to get him off.
See, oh, that's going quite wide there. Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
Bit too far forward there, Josh, but there we go. When you do it on a small base ship, you do it from middle, front, or back. Medium base ships take a little bit of getting used to, but there we go. I like that.
There's not that many non-small base ships that can do a Talon roll there, or at least that I'm aware of. So yeah, I guess perhaps Josh hasn't experienced that before. Because of course, with the small base, you get.
Yeah, it's a lot easier to actually figure out the small base. I think it's the biospray, potentially the IGs can. I think the IGs for sloop, but I think one of them gives the ability to do a Talon roll. I need to get more encyclopedic on these ships. So it has this sloop normally for the IGs.
Well, it's quite fun doing the commentary actually, and because you do learn things like that as well. Actually,
Yeah.
you just consider things you might not necessarily normally consider, or have time to think about in the game.
IG88D sort of gives it that. So you do a Sentinel's loop, but you use either the hard or straight. So you don't actually do it as a Talon. You either do it as a hard Sentinel's loop or a K-turn, essentially.
So we just had 2 dice at the back of Lima for the dorsal turret, both cold. And as you said earlier, time on the table is slightly different to the clock. So I think there was a few seconds there where it looked like the game had run out, but it wasn't long, and then there was a dial down. Oh, that's a big move.
That's not what you want to do.
Crikey.
You are not a droid.
Can't shoot while you're sat there?
No, cannot shoot.
Okay.
Take instant damage. Roll for another. So that's 2 damage on Kath.
I wonder if Josh just completely missed.
Go further.
Yeah, possibly.
Here's the thing, though. Saw's not got a shot. Someone who knew what the positioning was would just fly Lima as far away as possible. Oh, okay, K-turn. Unexpected. And Wedge get
I think Josh is one of those players who fights tooth and nail to the end, so he's got a chance to do a K-turn and get guns on. He's going to do it.
Aggressive players, and I mean that in a play style rather than himself. He's an absolutely lovely guy. Absolutely lovely guy. Great to fly against and to have in the tournament, but he does fly with an aggressive start, and I actually really like that. It's really fun to see. There's very limited sort of like overthinking shenanigans with Josh's list. He's like, right, this ship shoots this way, this ship shoots this way. I'm going to make sure they do that as often as possible, and I like that. There's just a rawness to it, which is really nice to see.
Oh, that's an interesting move.
I'm wondering if their timer has a little bit more on it for one more round, but I don't think it does. Is their timer about to go off? Checking the range. So I think Scott. Pretty sure that is it. So that does obviously no ships killed, but half points on both Saw and Wedge does give Josh the win there. Obviously, there was the potential for console fire not being triggered. Again, crits. Josh has only ever played Flight Academy, so he's never played a full game, so it's easy for stuff like that to be missed. But all in all, from where it was looking at the first round of shooting to where it ended up, it didn't look like it was going to end that way, to be honest.
Yeah, I think that was well played by both there. That was a good game. Good game to watch. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, flew very well by both pilots there. I suppose can't knock them at all for that. Really enjoyable game to watch. Let's have a quick look at those tables, because starting to get more interesting now. Josh has actually just leapfrogged you with that win there. So it's very close between the top 4, and you're not out of it at all. Me and Scott have got a little bit of work to do, though, to get back up the table if we want to make that top 4. But all in all, so far, 9 really good games. We've got 12 more games to come. Andy, I hope you enjoyed this session of commentary you've done with us.
Oh, as always, thanks for having me. It's been fun.
No worries, but always great to have you on the channel. And guys, like I said, that's game 9. We still have plenty more games to come, so please don't forget, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and we will see you next time.